Those of you who have been writing these type of ACCA exams will know what this is about. There are people who get confused about all these business type of examinations, this international examination. Every time you are hearing terms like MBA, ACCA, and MB, and so whatever, they are just these terms. So for those in the marketing schools, this is not news to them. Now we are reviewing some of the acts of the CIMG in relation to this examinations. Now you know that there's an examination which is going on in this last quarter of the year. This followed a certain launch of the CIMG professional marketing qualifications. So those who have been up for it are getting ready to do these examinations. Now, the CIMG is simply the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. That's CIMG. So, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. You know, all these institutions which look at business models and how to do all these in this modern world. That's what the CIMG is in this nation. Okay, so they have a board. They've also partnered with the Ghana School of Marketing to go on with some of their directives. Previously, we saw a certain inauguration. It was the first of its kind, actually, in the nation. Occurred after the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana came up with a certain Act 1021. This one, it was held virtually because of the COVID protocols that they had to observe. So that was it. Now, these are institutions that are going on about the business needs and business models that affect our current world. So for those of you who didn't go to school, this is what that body is for. They are all about business, book type of business, not just the go and buy and sell, but they look into things. They really get into the nitty gritties, and they find out what to do and what to put away. So there was a swearing in of a certain national president of CIMG, Mr. Daniel Kasati. He, is now the president of CIMG, and is a very fine looking gentleman. He has shown us the need for the institute to put in place certain directives so that all matters relating to examinations will be conducted properly. He also explained that since he's also a regulator and part of this examining body, he will do his best to ensure that some of these processes run smoothly as they have been in the past. Now, there's a lot of people who are taking these exams. Some are doing well and some are not doing too well. But for those of you who really want to make it well in this life, you have to be serious about these exams. There are some jobs where when you pass some of these exams, you are being awarded some incentives and you can get a higher pay when you do well in this type of international exams. So for those of you who have been rewriting, it's time to throw the jokes aside and really be serious. You are growing older and you are not getting any younger. You get it. It's not a day's job to become a chartered accountant or to just become one of the top business moguls in the nation. And if you want to get a promotion in your workplace, then be serious about these types of examinations. So even we spoke to Dr. Kasati, who indicated that this is not a time for honeymoon. You get it, because most people They want to enjoy some luxuries before they go into the serious business. Most of those who actually write these types of examinations are very old for marriage, and so they put some pleasures in place and then take away the seriousness of this exam. Um, he was saying that they were going to, do their best to guide those who are in need of some, information with regards to the exams. Right now, there have been subsequent ones that have been written semi-annually, but then these things always occur. So yeah. Well, Mr. T also said that the Governing Council of the CIMG expects these people to provide the right leadership, those in the board, to ensure that the CIMG could continue with the examinations market, with a high level of respect. And also, they were looking at integrity. This is not the time to put some monies into someone's hand to allow you to cheat during the examinations. They don't play those types of games there. So yeah, they have a fundamental policy of placing value on their qualifications, and so it's a very accredited agency. Now they are doing their best to work at ensuring that exams are accepted by all the stakeholders without any form of controversy. You know that they are marketers and their role is not only to be in where they have placed them, but also to facilitate the process for those learners to pass these exams and also join the professional bodies they've been desiring to join. Hopefully, when they succeed at this, they'll also be able to contribute immensely to marketing productivity in Ghana anytime they are in the nation, in any place where they've been employed. Now, there are other things to look at. You know how this chartered marketer badge means a lot to people. A lot of people who have these badges, um, you know, these accolades and this bragging rights, they don't play at all with it. People use it to employ holders and the rest. And so yeah, that's it. He has said that he's personally challenging most of them who have been able to achieve this to continue to provide an enviable image for the CIMG on the examination, so that their qualifications will prove the reason why they are doing well in the areas they are doing well in. He also commended the team members for quality, for fairness, and for transparency, amongst others, because his desire when he was brought into the seat was credibility. He was seriously looking at credibility. He's one of those guys who, no nonsense man. He's very friendly and all, but he doesn't give space for, those libi libi laba laba. No, he's the no libi libi, no laba laba type of man. Even when you see his face, you know. The moment you see his face, it's very, very evident on his face. This guy, he doesn't joke like that. So yeah, he gave us some of his ideas about how he wants to turn, the board of Ghana, the School of Marketing to a bigger thing that it is right now. Now, he has shown us how the GSM was born from an audacious idea of creating, new kinds of institutions, just so they could train professionals in marketing and all these business-related fields of study. Though their target was Ghana, they also look at West Africa and even some parts of Africa as a whole, because the markets are African dominated markets. Now, you know that there was a time where even professional marketing education was uncommon. It's funny how now things have changed and plenty people are trooping in into these things. First, you see only a couple of people who will be going about this stuff, and those were a couple of privileged people. But now the masses have been privileged to get it, and you see some young men, people who are even in their 20s, are all going about these types of examinations and marketing models. It's amazing. Things change so fast. You know how the GSM purposefully sought to open their doors to ambitious young people from all classes and from even wider backgrounds. Yeah, they are continuing with that. They've shown us that their sole aim is to create a school with, opportunities for all, regardless of age. Because back in the day, you even have to be at a certain age before you even be thinking of doing such marketing stuff and getting these examinations to make things better for you. Let's look at how we would be able to evolve from a people who are just book centered to a people who use this knowledge, to make good things come out of farming activities, businesses, and what have you. Get it? So that we are not a theory chewing people, but we become a practical working nation. Now, Dr. Kasati also spoke about how we could maintain quality standards in training some professionals. Um, Sometimes there are some ways people go about things that are not cool. And so he said there was a need for us to look at those areas and just check them and keep things straight and in line. He was glad to say that he was inspired by some corporate missions of the GSM who, were always good at building modern study centers. They made it easy for many people, to have flexible learning and receive innovative tuition. Um, there's going to be a lot of um, improvements in the near future, and a lot of changes may also come. They're saying this because normally that's what happens when new things come, and when they want to go about one thing in a certain way. There seems to be a little change in a certain area, so you have to know what you are doing. For those of you who are confused, you hear today, you hear P5 paper, P this, P2, all of those things. This is all part of those stuff. So yeah, those who are in the marketing areas, they know what it is. Now, there have been some instrumental people in the examination board of the CIMG. Would mention a couple of names, but before that, know that the Ghana School of Marketing Board has Mr. Adam Sule, who's from UGBS. There's the University of Ghana Business School as the chairman, and then there's Dr. David Yao Chuminchi, who is now the director of finance of the GCAA. Mr. Senyo Apo is also now the marketing manager for Pinnacle Enterprise. All of these people work with these institutions, so could go on and on and on. Now let's look at some of the members on the CIMG board. Now, obviously, Mr. Kwabena Jekum is now the CEO of CIMG. Mr. Adam Sule, who we mentioned before, is the chairman. There's also Mr. Adoration Inang. He is the president of the National Institute of Marketing in Nigeria. And then there's one from UPS. What's the name? Professor Nathan Austin. He's also on the board. He's from UPS, UPSA. There's also Mr. Emmanuel Otre from GCB Bank. Yeah. There's also Mr. Robert Amponsa. He's also from UPS. Then there's Miss Gifty Duama. She's the head of marketing. Of the Transnational Academic Group. Mr. Solomon Kutu Adu is also there. He's from Central University. So all these people have come together to join the CIMG board, so that things would move straight. As you can see, you notice that they are not just from schools, but some are from companies, institutions, and banks. There was this Miss Lady Elizabeth. Yeah, she was the senior vice president of Nutri Foods. Yeah, she's the senior vice president of Nutri Foods. I'm sure you know when you be hearing and seeing this Nutri whatever food. Miss Lady Elizabeth Akutu, she's also on board the CIMG. Kofi Baku, Mr. Gabriel Kofi Baku, we will not forget him. He's from King's University. Yes, very phenomenal man. He's also on the board. Let's take two more names that are on the board. Let's see, Mr. Akofa Arthur, the CEO of Adi Investment Group. Mr. Akofa Arthur the CEO of Adi Investment Group, is also on board, the CIMG. And then one more name. Let's see. There's one who's the head of risk and regulation of the National Banking College. A certain Doctor Francis Mensah. Dr. Francis Mensah Sasraku. They are all on there. Alright, so for those of you who are getting ready for the exams, we wish you all the best. Thank you and have a nice day.